Beware of the vampire fees. Hi, I'm John McNeil, and this is the Invest Strong Network. Welcome. So, as all viewers know, the cost of everything seems to be escalating dramatically, whether it be food or fuel, other necessities of life. Inflation seems to be taking its toll across the board. Well, this inflationary toll is most egregious, in my opinion, in the area of fees that are charged for financial transactions and and uh, and doing business with, for investing, right? So let me share a couple of personal experiences that have happened to me recently that kind of reinforces the point. All right. So a few weeks ago, I loaned to a very dear friend of mine uh, a few $100s. Now she agreed to pay me back in a couple of payments via Cash App. Now, when I signed up for Cash App a couple of years ago, uh, the transactions were without cost if you didn't mind waiting a couple of days for them to clear the banks, right? And if you wanted your cash immediately, they could do that, but it would be a very nominal fee attached to it. Very recently, those very nominal fees have all of a sudden escalated dramatically. So, my friend, she went to pay me back the amount of $250. Uh, she knew that there would be some kind of fee attached. She paid back 255, but in fact, the fee ate up the additional $5 and then some. Now, I was shocked. A $7 fee on a $250 payment. That's crazy, right? And I had to regrettably ask my friend to increase future payments to $260 so that I would not be shortchanged because they take the fee out of the amount of money that's to the payee. I would not be shortchanged by her repayment. Okay, that was number one. Number two, as Invest Strong viewers know, I've been involved in the Trash to Treasure Crypto Challenge. So I would sell scrap metals, take the proceeds, and buy cryptocurrencies with them. Now, actually, I'm tinkering with renaming this thing the Trash to Worst Trash Challenge, the way the cryptos have performed. But I have made a year long commitment to this, so I'll stick with it. Now, I've been using Gemini as the platform to acquire my cryptocurrencies. Now, Gemini would attach like $1.49 fee to the transactions. A nominal fee, in my opinion, especially with the incredible volatility of the cryptocurrencies. No big deal. Then I noticed recently the fee had gone up to basically $2, right? And then just with recently with my very last Trash to Treasure transaction, the fee had gone up to $3, $3 full for a cryptocurrency acquisition, and that really made me rethink what I was doing. I mean, obviously, I was rethinking it anyway since the crypto markets have been going straight into the gutter over the last few months. But this really made me rethink it because now I'm losing two times over. Gemini is taking an ungodly sum of my money in the form of fees, and also the cryptocurrencies that I'm acquiring with it are plunging in price. Right, so definitely made me rethink the whole thing, right? So I'll just reduce the number of purchases that I do and be much more strategic in my crypto acquisitions from now on, right? To reduce, well, both to kind of time this thing and to reduce the fee load. Also, in my bank account, now I don't pay bank fees, I just don't, right? But in speaking with a friend of mine who worked at one of the money center banks, right? She mentions that the fees for minimum balances, the fees for overdrafts, the fees for everything have just gone up dramatically, right? And this is rather egregious for persons, working class, uh, middle class, poor people, these fee increases are just crazy. Now, the question then becomes, well, what can you do? Well, I mentioned what I'm doing, right? Certainly as it relates to my cryptocurrency uh, acquisitions. I'm reducing the number of acquisitions and also the timing. And that's really the best way I can, that's the only thing I can really do to avoid the fees from Gemini, right? Or at least reduce them. But for the general transactions that I make, either with B&B guests or with others in the course of doing business, there is still Zelle, right? So for right now, anyway, Zelle almost instantaneous transfers of money, and for right now, these transfers are still free of charge, right? So I've been encouraging anyone that is paying anything electronically, try to register for and utilize Zelle, Zelle. That's the best way to do it. Now, I've had some people tell me that they just don't qualify for Zelle, and I'm not quite sure why that is in any individual case. What I have noticed is that Zelle is most often associated with the money center banks. So we're talking Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, U.S. Bank, uh, uh, etc. Right. So if your payments are done by, say, a small credit union or perhaps a community bank or a neighborhood bank, you may not have access to Zelle. I think that's the problem with some of the people that I've spoken with, right? But if you have an account with a money center bank, one of the big banks, then you should really have no problem registering and setting up shop with Zelle, and encourage all of your account payables and receivables to do the same. That's what I would suggest. And for right now, that will enable you to avoid these outrageous fees. Now, you may say to yourself, well, even with this escalation in fee costs, these fees are not going to bankrupt me or send me to the poorhouse. That may be true, looking at it just in the abstract, right? But when you chart these fees out over the course of years, these fees take a very, very heavy toll on your returns. That's money that's taken right out of the mouths of your kids. That's fuel that's taken right out of your gas tank. All of this stuff is just not good in my opinion. And I don't like fees in general, but I definitely don't like financial fees, because the reality is these financial institutions, they have technology that can conduct transactions at no cost to them, and then they turn around and nail you and me with monster fees to do the same. That's crazy. I personally would never accept that, right? And so I would encourage InvestStrong viewers to also not accept that. So you can use Zelle, which is still free for now, right? Cost free for now. And if have an investment scheme, use Robinhood, Webull. From what I understand, they're still fee free for the moment, right? And even TD, Ameritrade, Schwab, they're all still free. Cost free, that is, for both basic stock bond transactions, and actually for some cryptos too, right? So that's a blessing. Don't pay the fees. All right. So those are my thoughts for this week. Let me know what you think. If you've noticed the creep in fee costs, let me know. I'd appreciate it. I'll respond to every comment. I promise you. Also, hit that thumbs up button if you have found this informative and something you could really utilize. I'd appreciate it. That helps me out a lot. And of course, subscribe. Please subscribe to Invest Strong. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much, friends, and good blessings.